Hello, Mid-Michigan, and welcome to an extended edition of our Woods Household pregame show here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network as we get ready for the Beal City Aggies and the Pinconning Spartans in regional final action. The Beal City Aggies slayed the Dragon on Tuesday, knocking McBain out of the playoffs, but there are still several more games to win, and there's still 2 more trophies for these Aggie boys to win. A win here tonight versus Pinconning would put them in the state quarterfinals next Tuesday in Boyne City. A win there sends you to the Breslin Center, the hallowed grounds of the state finals for the semifinals and the finals. That is right. The Aggie boys are 2 games away from making it to the state finals in boys high school hoops. As we see the Smalls come rolling into the gym right now, it's Beal City, it's Pinconning, it's regional final basketball. Beal City is our final team left on the docket of our Ultra 6 locals when it comes to boys high school hoops. The Mount Pleasant Oilers were knocked out by Marquette on Tuesday. A big thank you, another big shout out. Joe Marciano, Jason Bubba McLean heading on up there to call that game for me, so it made us possible to bring you 2 games this past Tuesday. Just a special night on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Only thing that would have made it better is if Mount Pleasant won and we were doing 2 broadcasts again tonight. But I know Jason Bubba McLean and Joe Marciano are going to be in the building tonight, but we are getting you set for Beal City. Pinconning, boys high school hoops, Division III regional semifinal. The winner of this game takes on the winner of Elk Rapids and Menominee. That game is being played in Newberry tonight, and so kind of an even trip for both of those schools. And if you are a Beal City, it's not really a team you care to play. If you take care of business, I think they're going to be the favorites in this game and probably the quarterfinal as well. And again, I haven't seen what Menominee's got or Elk Rapids got. They got a 6'10" kid or something like that, but Beal City and Menominee has also been highly ranked all year long, but oh boy, the Aggies, they are ready to play tonight, and they've kind of been on fire in the playoffs after that Harrison District semifinal snoozer. They were up 40-22 heading into the fourth quarter, hung on to win that one 51-46 as Harrison got as hot as a Blocko jacuzzi in the fourth quarter. But after that, it was a defensive show versus Beaverton. The Aggies led 20-2 at the end of the first quarter in the district final versus Beaverton and went on to win that game 51-24. Tuesday, it was a battle all the way through with McBain. They won it 51-48. Our Zaid Batchelder baller of the game, brought to you by Weefrich Financial, was Mr. Kyler Smith. He had 17, including a fantastic performance at the free throw line in the fourth quarter to close the deal in that game. Brought to you by our friends Bryce Up to Grab, Joe Wentworth, Pregame Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates. As you often hear me say, once we get to the playoffs, once we get deep, you've heard an awful lot from me this year, and I've got some great interview action with head coach Cam Gatrell that we're going to get to here in just a couple minutes. But coming on extra early tonight because this is a special one, Beal City is looking to win their first ever Division III regional final. Their last regional title came back in 2013, but that was a Class D regional title. This will be their first ever Class C regional title. So, big things happening tonight with our Beal City Aggies. And these 2 teams have a lot of common opponents for 2 teams meeting in the regional finals. They've both played Shepherd. They've both played Beaverton. They've both played Harrison. Beal City bested Shepherd, Beaverton, and Harrison. Pinconning split with Shepherd, split with Harrison, lost both times to Beaverton. So you look at that stuff, it makes you think, Beal City's probably the big favorite in this game. The Aggies are 23-2. Pinconning is 18-7. But one thing I noticed looking at that Pinconning schedule, they started the season 3-4. Since then, they have been 15-3, and so kind of a story of 2 different seasons for the Pinconning Spartans. And keys to victory for the Beal City Aggies: continue your lockdown defense that you played against McBain and Beaverton, and you make open shots. If that happens, Beal City could be a winner big here tonight. You think about they bested Beaverton 51-24. Pinconning could not get the best of Beaverton either time in the regular season. So the Aggies are favorites here tonight, but they roll the ball out for a reason, baby. You do not play these games on paper. It's 18-7 Pinconning versus 23-2 Beal City. going to send it off to a commercial break. When we come back, you're going to hear one of my latest interviews with Cam Gatrell as we kind of go through the varsity roster. I have him tell me about Greenacre, Colton Love, Aaron Lott, Kyler Smith, Grady, Drake Gatrell, Jordan Weber, Eric Elias, Gary Zucker, Avery Small, and Drew Gross. We talk about them all, the whole varsity roster. No offense to fifth quarter kids that came up for the playoffs. We'll have plenty of time to talk about those guys over the next few years. And then after that, we have got highlights from Beal City's spectacular victory over McBain Tuesday evening. And we've got more hoops coming up for you tomorrow night. District Championship Friday. We will be back in Vesterberg with the Sacred Heart Academy girls taking on Breckenridge. We'll also have updates from Beal City taking on Morley Stanwood, the Mount Pleasant Oilers battling a Midland High, as well as the Clare Pioneers battling Standish Sterling. We got it all covered for you here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network when it comes to the boys and the girls playoff action. And a big shout out to our individual state finals wrestlers who are heading down Ford Field to compete in the wrestling action. Last year I was able to catch up with all those state finals wrestlers because basketball was over, but we're still rolling in basketball, so was not able to do those interviews, but everybody heading down the state finals for wrestling. Big shouts out to them as Joe Marciano comes into the building here at Beal City High School as we get ready for the action. It's Beal City. It's Pinconning. The Aggies are out warming up. Pinconning is yet to take the floor here. 25 minutes to go until tip-off. I'm sure they had some type of shoot-around going on back in Pinconning, but again, pretty close to tip-off. Still don't see the green and white out on the floor. It is just the royal blue and white of the Beal City Aggies. We're going to send it off to a break. When we come back, more Woods Household pregame show on deck. I'll go over the starting lineups, keys to victory again for the Aggies, and so much more. It's 23-2 Beal City. 18-7 Pinconning. Regional final action here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Sending it off to a break. I'll be back right before few minutes before the opening tip still, but we'll be back shortly. It's the Aggies. It's Pinconning coming up. It is the Woods Household pregame show. My interview with Coach Gatrell coming right up, as long as those sweet highlights from their victory over McBain. It's the Woods Household pregame show coming to you live from the Barbary Law Studios. Also have the Gates Drilling Service, Bill's Custom Fab, the Bird All-American Grill, Clark Modular Homes, Weefrich Financial, Woods Household Appliance, Bradwell, Malley Well Drilling, and Malley Construction. Back to Pinconning High School in our Barbary Law Studios in just a moment.
Jenna Gates
and Kyle Gates here. We are the 5th generation with Gates Drilling and Service.
We've been serving our friends and neighbors in Michigan since 1893.
We have the latest and greatest well drilling technology, allowing us to put in wells where others can't.
Lake lots and tight spaces are no problem.
From our family to yours, thank you, and call at 989-772-7841 for all your well drilling and service needs.
Gates Drilling and Service, where Gates goes, water flows.
Bill's Custom Fab can handle any job you need, from large-scale steel building projects to fixing your favorite stainless serving pan. Bill's Custom Fab can weld and fabricate anything. Call today at 989-772-5817 or stop by on Gover Parkway in Mount Pleasant. Good luck to all of our local athletes from Bill's Custom Fab.
The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, open every day but Sunday for lunch and dinner. Delicious pizza, the world-famous Bird Burger, handcrafted, fresh-baked subs, many apps, and much more. There's something for everyone at The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, where friends gather like family. The Bird, supporting high school sports in mid-Michigan for nearly 100 years. We have all seen this sticker, maybe in Mount Pleasant, Beal City, Ithaca, or Traverse City. There is a reason you see that sticker everywhere. That's because Dick Sova Auto Sales has been selling sharp used cars and trucks for 3 generations. Stop in to see the Sova family in downtown Shepherd for your next low-mileage, immaculate car, and see why they're known for over 40 years of fantastic customer service. Or you can view their inventory now at DickSovaAutoSales.com. Dick Sova Auto Sales, selling sharp used cars and trucks and supporting sharp student athletes. Powell Frame and Collision knows we all spend a lot of time looking out the windshield. So if yours gets cracked, dented, damaged, or destroyed, Powell Frame and Collision, along with their expert collision service, now offers expert auto glass replacement. Working with insurance, they can replace all makes and all models, including new advanced driver assistance system windshields. Mention you saw this ad and you get $100 off of your windshield replacement. Powell Frame and Collision, downtown Shepherd. For over 4 decades, ENS Graphics has delivered confidence, trust, and peace of mind. by providing their customers with expert service and using state-of-the-art technology. We all know in sports, what's on the inside counts the most. But when it comes to your business, school, organization, what's on the outside does matter. If your business needs anything printed, E&S Graphics can do it. If you want your club, team, organization to look good, E&S can help with that. They take your vision and make it their mission. E&S Graphics, a proud supporter of the Mid-Michigan community and their local athletes. Visit E&S Graphics at their location down in Ithaca or visit their website at esgraphics.com. E&S Graphics, printing all things physical.
Pretty tough kids.
Chris Bachman hanging out with Cam Gatrell in, classroom. One of your classrooms. I'll make that joke as I've subbed out here for you a couple times. And, Coach, I want to do something a little bit different. You and I have talked a bunch last year. This year I was able to catch up with you and your two sons around the team. But kind of want to go through the roster a little bit and talk about what each guy's brought to the table, give each guy a little bit of their own shine, per se. And starting with Mr. Drew Gross, who hasn't played a minute this year because he's dealt with an injury. But just knowing him and the mindset that he's got, I'm sure he's contributed a lot still this year, even though he hasn't played a minute.
Mentally tough kid that wants to play, but he's getting healthy.
Yep.
And he's heading in the right direction. But he's kid's can help us a ton going forward. He's a good player.
Yeah, but I feel like he's probably been a little bit of a coach for you. You know what I mean? He's got that coach's son to him. If there's somebody not doing something on defense, he's not afraid to point it out. Probably.
He's just a dog too. He's tough. He's a kid I can't wait to get on the floor.
Like I said, I'm just going to go through it by number here. And again, no offense to some of the fifth quarter guys that just got called up for plus, but we're not going to go through 20 guys here. I'll make that joke. But Avery Small.
Oh, Avery's an unbelievable defender. He's grown so much, even like a year ago from right now. And I'm not talking just the season because he plays a lot of AAU, and he's getting better offensively. He's understanding the game. His shots are falling. And then, like I said, he's a fantastic defender.
Have you ever tried dribbling the basketball on him?
No. That'd be a joke.
Actually, we got Gursky would be the guy of us old guys to see if he could maybe take it into the lane against him or something like that. Gary Zucker, as I just keep rolling.
Yeah, I've coached him along with a couple of the other kids since third grade, and he's grown a lot as a human being too. He's a better leader. He's so athletic. He can defend a lot of different positions, and he's switchable. It's been a pleasure. He's a funny kid. He's a neat kid to be around.
I feel like he's one of those kids that if the things get a little too tense, he's going to be the guy to kid. He's going to make everybody laugh. He's going to make everybody around him have a good time.
He keeps it loose. He definitely.
I feel good about my analogy when you say that.
Yeah, the two he and Drake, the two captains, are very neat kids that are loose and they keep. When I walk in the locker room, there's a lot of dancing. I'm not goofing around. A lot of fun. It's like I said, it's been the most enjoyable year I've ever had.
Yep. And if there was a Sixth Man of the Year award in the state of Michigan, I think this next guy would be in the running for it, Mr. Eric Elias. Every time he comes into the game, it seems like it's 30 seconds he's out there. He somehow gets a basket somehow.
He's grown immensely. I was joking with him. He's another neat kid. Joking about, don't you dare get good at this game, buddy. Because he's starting to get better. He's starting to understand the game. His IQ is growing, and it's helped us, man. He would start on a lot of teams.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I don't know of many teams this year we played that would have a kid or team that he wouldn't start for.
Yep, and he's another player where he's not the biggest kid, he's not the fastest kid, he's not the strongest kid, but darn it if he's just not really, really good at every single thing that he does out there and every single thing you ask him to do out there. And he had a big task this last Friday. We'll talk a little bit more. And another one of your senior leaders, Jordan Weber. What's he bringing to the table for you guys?
Jordan's IQ is so high. He doesn't get a lot of minutes, but I tell you, he's constantly on the bench. We're encouraging his teammates. He's a good human being. I always tell him he's one of the best teammates I've ever seen. He is a consummate teammate, always wants to do better, and just wants us to win and wants to be a part. He's a good person. And
I tell you what, you need him out there for a shot. He's going to knock down that three-pointer for you as well.
He can shoot the ball. He just struggles in the defensive end, but that's he definitely is a fantastic teammate that makes his other teammates better in practice every day.
Yep. Now Drake Gatrell, your son, the senior, what's he been bringing to the table?
He's just how he manages the game. He's always under control, cerebral, smart. He's a coach on the floor. and I love him dearly. You know,
Yep.
he's
I posted yesterday about Noah Zion, you know, and just how he could control a game. And people ask me, well, who are the other point guards that you've seen be able to control the game like that? And I was able to list them off real quick. From here, Beal City, it's Drake Gatrell, it's Logan Chillman. Those two guys I think of right away. And then I also think of Scout Nelson for Sacred Heart Academy girls basketball. And you're going to love this one, Joe Ostrowski from Mount Pleasant boys basketball, who was outstanding for them running the point a few years ago. Again, those point guards, like I said, I look at this you guys won 51-24. Drake didn't score.
No.
But, boy, did he have a huge impact on the game and everything you guys did. I think that's the sign of an elite point guard. It's the end of the game. You're like, man, Drake played really well. He didn't. Doesn't matter that he didn't score because he still played really darn well.
He said that, too. He goes, I didn't score, but I don't care. You know, it's a winner. He's a winner.
Yep, and moving on to your freshman son, Mr. Grady Gates. We'll talk about what he's brought to the table this year.
Well, we've had to, you know, he's had to learn a different style. You know, he's had to learn how to play closer to the rim, defending closer to the rim, and just positional stuff. But he's grown. He's so talented. He's just scratching the surface. Yep. You know, he's getting better by the minute.
Yeah, I mean, you talked about the defense. Landon Love, he was 25 or 27 that he had in that district semifinal versus Everett. Scored 4 points against Grady in that game. Was a fantastic defensive effort. Now Mr. Kyler Smith, who had 22 in that district championship game. And coming into the year, did you know that he was this good of a shooter? And, you know, he played some fifth quarter stuff, did some stuff for you guys last year, but whether I've been, you know, here for your weight training class and seen him shoot around for a couple minutes in the gym or warm-ups or whatever, I'm just like, oh my goodness, he shoots it just like Austin Small. I'll make that comparison there.
I think he's even sometimes a little bit better shooter than Austin. Austin was a better scorer. You know, there's differences. You know, Kyler from the three-point line is the best shot I've ever coached, ever seen. You know, and he's getting better defensively, positionally. He's understanding things. His basketball IQ is climbing. I thought his basketball IQ climbed last Friday on different things what we did. But he's a pleasure to coach. He's a nice young man.
Yeah, and he's the ultimate example of when you get. Well, I guess Grady could be as well. When you get your butt kicked by your older brother, boy, it makes. Actually, you could say that about Locke. You could say that about
Small. I got a lot of younger brothers. Gary's he's one of five.
Yeah. I might say when you get those younger brothers that have got their butts kicked their whole life,
they're tougher.
Yep. Well, and then, you know, you end up being like, you get out here playing at this varsity level, you know, going against your brother who's a college athlete, say like, well, it's a little bit easier out here. That always makes such a big deal. Now moving on to Mr. Aaron Locke. Talk a little bit about what he's brought to the table for you guys.
Aaron's gotten better too. His shots gotten better. His offensive game. He's always a pretty good defender, you know, and positionally one-on-one. But he's getting better as a help side defender, understanding the 5-on-5, not the one-on-one piece of it. And his shots gotten a lot better, and he's improved daily.
Yep. Now talk about Mr. Isaiah Greenacre, who's somebody you spent a lot of time putting in some work with.
Yeah, he needed a lot of work when we got him, and he has put in time, and he's another one that's become just a fantastic teammate. Every day in practice, he's trying to make people better. He's he's coachable. He's learning things. He's getting better. I often wish he wasn't a senior. You know, I really do. I wish I had more time with him.
Yep. And then, like I said, we could talk about some of these other guys, but Colton Love's kind of been the one sophomore that's been up with you guys the whole year. He had a big three for you guys in the first quarter against Beaver. And talk about what Colton Love's brought for you guys.
Well, Colton's always been able to score. He plays a lot of AAU, and he's improved defensively. I mean, you look him in the game, he made no defensive mistakes against Beaverton. He was where he needed to be. He's getting better. He's learning. So he's getting better by the minute, too.
Yep. Coach, thanks so much for taking some time to catch up with me.
Thanks for having me.
Hey guys, it's Tanya from Clark Modular Homes. I'm here to talk to you today about who we are and what we do. Clark's opened in 1983 and has been centrally located right here in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. We have one of the largest display centers with around 12 to 15 homes on display all year round. We have a fully experienced staff. We also have an in-house project manager who can pull our permits and coordinate our job from start to finish. We are proud to have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. We are our own contractor, making it a one-stop shop for you for your home building needs. As the owner would say, we can do it all.
Brad Malley Well Drilling has proudly served mid-Michigan since the early 1990s. We are family-owned with 3 licensed drillers and over 100 years of experience. We specialize in 5-inch PVC water wells and systems ranging from 2 to 12 inches. Every well we do includes a 5-year warranty and 1-year parts and labor guarantee. We are available 24/7, and you'll always talk to a real person. Call Brad Malley Well Drilling today for a free estimate. Trusted service, generation after generation.
Weber Brothers Sawmill has been in the sawmill and logging business since 1950. Weber Brothers Sawmill buys standing timber and logs all over central and northern Michigan with National Hardwood Lumber Association certification. You can be assured of a professional job, from the marking and cruising of your woods through the harvest. Weber Brothers Sawmill is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes. Blockco Pools and Spas is Mid-Michigan's #1 pool and hot tub destination that will turn your old space into your #1 destination. From delivery of a full pool for the family to the relaxing hot tub for after work for mom and dad, Blockco Pools and Spas does it all. Stop by their showroom on Remus Road to check out their beautiful selection of hot tubs and learn how you can build the pool of your dreams.
J&J Auto in Wademan is Mid-Michigan's elite automotive repair shop. J&J Auto offers complete collision repair and mechanical repair. Stop by on Wademan Road or call them today at 989-644-8908. J&J Auto, proud supporters of high school student athletes.
Pure sportsmanship is the most important thing in high school sports. When it comes to your home or business, Pure Plumbing just might be the most important thing. If your plumbing isn't pure, don't worry, no one needs to see the other angle. For Pure Plumbing, call 989-644-8928 or visit mipureplumbing.com. Block Electric Company in Wademan has been powering Michigan for over 30 years. There's no job too big or too small for Block Electric Company, like an entire school or something simple at the home, like making sure the outdoor lighting, thermostat, or ceiling fan is installed professionally. Block Electric Company is a proud supporter of local schools and high school student athletes, learning skills in and out of the classroom to lead our communities tomorrow. Good luck to all student athletes from Block Electric Company, and go Aggies. Beal City, McBain, round 3. The Aggies won in McBain. McBain won in Beal City. The rubber match at Houghton Lake with a trip to the regional final on the line. It's 22-2 Beal City versus 21-2 McBain. Quarter. Here's a steal for Grady Gatrell. He's bringing it into the front court one-on-one with Hooker. He upfakes, turns, spins, puts up the shot. It's good. What a shot from Grady Gatrell. Screens. Now to Kyler Smith it goes. Smith into the lane. Floaters. Good off the glass. What a drive from Kyler Smith. Makes him very dangerous shooting from that far out. What a drive from Drake Gatrell. He gets it to drop in. His younger brother Grady. He goes around it into the lane. Kicks it to Avery Small in the corner. Catch and shoot for Small. Money! Zucker in the corner to Avery Small. Cut to Gatrell, wide open. Let Drake Gatrell lays it in. What a pass from Avery Small. Gatrell brings it to the front court as the Aggies force another turnover. A chance to tie or take the lead here in the final seconds of the first half. Screen from Kyler Smith. He gets it back. He upfakes. Into the lane it goes. Gary Zucker catch and shoot from the corner. It's good! Woo! Zucker with the 3. I kick it out to Avery Small. Small in the lane, looks to finish over the defense, and it drops in. What a strong finish there from Avery Small. Small goes around the screen, steps into the 3. It's good. Kicks it way ahead to Kyler Smith. Corner 3, catch and shoot. You hear it. Money. Zucker drives by Pollington, looks to finish at the hoop. It's good. What an athletic finish from Mr. Gary Zucker. 35-35 the score. Drake Gatrell all the way into the lane. Kicks it out. Kyler Smith, catch and shoot, top of the key. Money for the sharpshooting junior. 2 of the 37. Gatrell drive. Hoop and a hard for the senior. Gatrell to the lane. Shot up good and a foul. Drake Gatrell with another and 1. Kyler Smith at the free throw line. He has killed it here in this quarter. 5 of 6 at the charity stripe is the junior. Make it 6 of 7. He now has 16 points, and still talking about the whole team for the player of the game, but he's going to get the tip of the cap for what he's doing at the free throw line here late. That one also good. 17 on the night for Kyler Smith. They do get it into Avery Small. Small fakes one way, goes into the front court, gets it ahead of Gary Zucker, who hangs onto it, back to Small, to Grady Gatrell, to Drake Gatrell. They'll do it! The Aggies win it, 51-48. You hear the crowd go absolutely bonkers as the Aggies move on to the regional final Thursday night back at Houghton Lake.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back inside our Woods Household pregame show from our Barberry Law Studios, built by Conwinski Construction. Chris Bachman now joined by Joe Marciando. And Joe, big thank you to you and Bubba for calling that game on Tuesday, man. First of all, I got to do what happened down the stretch, because things kind of tip quickly, but that's what can happen in playoff games.
You know, Chris, we mentioned it in the first quarter of that game. They had, a 21-point lead at the half, and it kind of fell away in the second half. Mount Pleasant couldn't, find a shot in the second half, and Marquette, the other side of the coin, they were hitting everything. They were feeding the ball down low into the post to McCutcheon. That is a big senior on that Marquette team.
How big was he exactly?
Oh, when you look down to the court, compared to where Jason Bubba McLean and myself were, you would easily find him. Yeah, he's standing out from everybody else.
Big too, right?
Oh,
Strong body.
They would feed the ball down there and get so many points there in the second half. And like I said, Mount Pleasant was putting up shots. They were making a few not so smart passes in the second half that also might have led to some of those things that just led to the loss.
And they started on fire as well too early in the game, and so maybe it was something that kind of played to their detriment a little bit, being so on fire, because they were not, you're going to continue to shoot once you've knocked on all those triples, and you're going to keep putting them up in the second half. Just weren't able to knock them down, but credit to Marquette. They got down 21. Yeah. They continued to fight and claw. It would have been really easy for a team to, I don't want to use the word give up in that game, but.
No, but you see that score at halftime. It's kind of hard knowing, we're down at 21 after this amount of time, so what's going to happen after another amount of time right there? You know what I mean? But it was a great season by the Mount Pleasant Oilers. They were amazing through and through. I can't remember their record, the Mount Pleasant Oilers, off the top of my head, but an amazing season by them and Coach Dan Schell.
Yeah, and this was a pure Dan Schell team too. They did it with heart. They did it with hustle. They got some great skill with Zay Rodriguez, Xavier Crazier, and some others. But I know when Dan Schell looks back, this is going to be one of those teams he's really, really proud of for what they were able to put in.
It was awesome. It was an awesome season to watch. I mean, I got to watch a lot of the boys play and a lot of the girls play throughout the season at Mount Pleasant due to the Gratiot Isabella Technical Education School Broadcasting Program. So we cover some of those games on YouTube and Huddle TV. But tonight, the Mid-Michigan Sports Network bringing you the action.
Yep, and so for you're a Beal City grad. For people who don't know, what was the year you graduated? Sorry to date you here.
Well, it's okay. It's not like I think about it every. No, I'm kidding. But 2016.
2016 was when you graduated. So the last district or the last regional championship was in 2013. Do you remember that at all?
Oh yeah, we were talking about it on the ride up here. Not every single play or things like that, but I remember the emotion, the atmosphere of the gymnasium, and just, you think back to high school sports, seeing that one play in that clutch moment that sends your team to the next game.
Yep, and do you remember who any of the guys were on that team? Again, we're going back here. And again, I'm sure there was a Gross, a Wilson, or something on the team.
Plenty of those. I'm looking down at one right now. Bill Chillman was on the team.
All right, yep.
Now he's an assistant coach at Beal City High School. Yep. But, so many of them. Eric Schaefer was on the team. Right. Chase Rowland, Tucker Gross, Ty Rowland, Sam Schaefer. Remember those days?
I remember those days. And now the last time that they possibly would have had a chance to get this far, in my opinion, you go back to COVID year in Logan Chillman's senior year.
Yes.
When everything got shut down in the district finals. And I still remember that night, Sanford Meridian and Beal were actually moving their start time back an hour so I could go call the Mount Pleasant Midland High game and then zip over there. But obviously that never, ever was able to happen, which was just a big, unfortunate thing. But for you personally, Beal City, they love their football. We know that. Baseball and softball are probably second and third. But You look out, you see all the royal blue out here. Once this team gets this far, they've got the whole community support no matter what the sport is.
They do. I'm looking down at the bleachers on, of course, our end. You're real close to the student section of Beal City. I'm wondering, is that going to play a factor?
That's why we got the $700 Sennheiser headsets, baby.
Okay.
It'll sound really good for everybody. He said, yeah, that's why. And if we had the crowd mic here tonight, it'd probably be a little difficult.
But I'm imagining this gymnasium is going to be getting loud like it was just the other night.
Yep, and McBain, Beal City, this doesn't quite have the same cachet. If they had seeded regionals, it probably would have been McBain, Beal City here tonight. But Pinconning, they're 18-7, but they started 3-4, Joe. So their last 15 games, they're actually 18 games. Shout out to Jen Bukovich. The last 18 games, they're 15-3, and so watch out. But the one big thing I looked at, they lost to Beaverton twice. They split with Harrison. They split with Shepherd. Beal City beat all three of those teams, and we absolutely saw what they did to Beaverton.
Those are good signs. Now we wonder if it is going to play out here on the court, just how the past games have.
Yep. You don't play the games on paper, as they say. And as we found out Tuesday night, either one of these teams gets off to a big lead, and we know the other team's not going to go anywhere. And especially you get to this type of point, both teams have already hoisted trophies. They both won that district championship. They know they get another trophy here tonight if they win. And if you win this one, there's only one more left to win, Joe. And that is that state title. The Aggie boys just 2 games away from heading to the state finals. Quarterfinal here tonight if they win. It is the state quarterfinals next Tuesday, I believe it is, in Boyne City. And we also have the Beal City girls going for a district championship tomorrow night against Morley Stanwood, the host. And so that'll be a great battle. We'll have updates from there as we're covering the Sacred Heart Academy girls taking on Vesterberg. And you see the clock counting down. We're winding down. I had my keys to victory. Continue the lockdown D and make open shots. What's Marciano key to victory here for this evening?
Well, you've been seeing a lot more of basketball played by the Beal City Aggies this year, so I'm going to trust what you say. But I'm going to say the typical make the smart plays. If the nerves get to you, slow it down. You're at this point in the season. We saw that happen. We mentioned a little bit earlier about Mount Pleasant Oilers earlier, but that'd be my key.
Yep. All right, Joe, thanks so much for joining me here. Some on the Woods Household pregame show. We're going to take a break for the national anthem. We're going to come back during the middle of the starting lineups and the opening tip. Beal City, Pinconning, regional finals coming right up on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. We've Rich Financial knows it can be incredibly overwhelming to navigate the world of financial planning. With trusted guidance and easy-to-understand advice, you can feel comfortable in your financial future with Weefridge Financial. Weefridge Financial assists people in all stages of life with a specialization in retirement and investment planning. Experience the power of working with an advisor dedicated to your success. Visit weefridgefinancial.com. Visit them in downtown Mount Pleasant. Call or text 989-953-7888. Weefridge Financial, member SIPC. Martinez Painting, Central Michigan's trusted painting professionals. They specialize in both interior and exterior jobs for your home and business. No matter how big or how small the job, they transform any space with quality and precision. Learn more by visiting Martinez Painting on Facebook today or give them a call at 989-317-5536. All Seasons Fireworks is a big fan of all the athletes, coaches, officials, and volunteers who make high school sports happen. To make your next event bigger and brighter, stop by All Seasons Fireworks on M20 in Mount Pleasant. Graduations, birthdays, weddings, or a big win become more memorable underneath a night sky lit up by the magic of fireworks. All Seasons Fireworks on M20 in Mount Pleasant. When your team or business needs to look good, don't get left hanging. Call or stop by Hanging by a Thread in Wademan, the official embroiders for the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Hanging by a Thread, a proud supporter of local schools.
GNS Mechanical in Wademan offers service and installation on everything for your home and business. From a simple filter replacement to furnace, central air service, and install, geothermal, and walk-in coolers and freezers. If you have a need, GNS Mechanical has a solution. Learn more at gnsmechanical.com or call 989-644-2106.
Imagine a home that reflects your style. With WW Construction, that dream will become a reality. As a trusted Mid-Michigan builder, WW Construction specializes in builds and remodels that turn ordinary spaces into extraordinary ones. Join the growing family of homeowners who trust WW Construction for quality and craftsmanship. Call WW Construction today at 989-621-2722 to make your dreams a reality.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Another big thank you to Joe Marciano taking some time to chat with me here on our Woods Household pregame show. And an even bigger thank you to him and Bubba McLean taking some time to help me out this past Tuesday to bring you the action of the Mount Pleasant Oilers taking on Marquette. And again, the only thing that would have made that night better is if the Mount Pleasant Oilers were victorious. Starters being introduced right now for both teams. And talking with Mr. Small, Avery's dad, Mr. Ivy is going to be the guy to Mr. Dane Ivy, number 55, big man down low, is going to be the guy to stop for Pinconning from what I hear. But going through the rest of the starting lineup, you know it for Beal City if you've been joining me this year. It's Avery Small, it's Gary Zucker, the Super Gatrell brothers, Drake and Grady, and the sharpshooting junior, Mr. Kyler Smith. More love going out to our friends, J&J Auto, Blocko Pools and Spas, Konwinski Construction, Weber Brothers Sawmill, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply, E&S Graphics, Mount Pleasant Automotive, Bryce Updegraff, Joe Wentworth, Pregame Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates. Also loved Mount Pleasant Public Schools, Martinez Lawn Care, Bogwai Banga and Bradley, Powell Frame and Collision, Dick Sova Auto Sales, Brickner and Bunker Farm Bureau Insurance, Block Electric, The Diner, WW Construction, All Seasons Fireworks, Pier Plumbing, Hanging by a Thread, GNS Mechanical, along with the Maryland Chapman Memorial Fund. Big shout to them for what they're doing, helping out the youngsters, Golf and Shepherd, and so much more. Julie Prout, Kevin Edwards, and Mike Stanton. Starters for the Pinconning Spartans: senior Daniel Dubé, junior Sean Donahue, senior Jackson Hill, senior Ryan Kowalczyk, and junior Dane Ivy. Here we go. The Aggies, the Spartans. A regional championship is on the line. If the Aggie boys are victorious, we'll have a brief Bird All-American post-game show up top, and then I'll be down on the floor for the post-game show for the trophy presentation with our Bird All-American Grill post-game show. But we've got 32 minutes of basketball ahead first. It's 23-2 Beal City. I'll say it again. It's 23-2 Beal City versus 18-7 Pinconning. Regional title on the line. Dane Ivy, Grady Gatrell in the middle, ready to jump things up at Houghton Lake High School. That is where you find our Barbary Law Studios on this Thursday regional championship evening. Opening tip will go into the hands of the Spartans. It's Jackson Hill into the front court with it. Now to Daniel Dubé. Senior brings it towards the top of the key. And now go to Dane Ivy. Swing it around the perimeter. They want to get it down low. Pass is knocked away into the hands of Gary Zucker. Zucker ahead to Avery Small. Small up fakes, wants to pass it off. Leaves it a bit short. It's going to be stolen by Dane Ivy. Missed opportunity there for the Aggies with some numbers on the fast break. 7:30 left to go in the first quarter. We're scoreless. Regional championship basketball here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Brought to you by our friends at Dance Again, Dresco Simon Shop, CNC Enterprises, the Isabella Community Sportsplex, and Mount Pleasant Heating and AC as the Aggies force the turnover. Drake Gatrell inbounded to Avery Small. Out there with Gary Zucker, Grady Gatrell, and Kyler Smith. Second possession here for the Aggies. First one was on a fast break they weren't able to finish on. See what happens here in the half court. Gary Zucker with the basketball opposite the Pinconning bench. They throw the alley-oop. It left short by Zucker. It was set up perfectly, though. Another missed opportunity. A couple bunnies, you could say, missed by the Aggies here in the early going. They didn't have a shot attempt on the first fast break, but it should have been. Here's another turnover, though, as Drake Gatrell gets the loose ball. Swings it to Avery Small. Small to the front court to Grady Gatrell. He knifes through the lane. Kicks it out to Drake Gatrell. To Avery Small. Fakes the pass. Now looks to drive by the defense. Now retreats towards the three-point line. Pass to Kyler Smith on the lob. Kyler Smith now retreats towards the three-point line. Dane Ivy guarding him on the perimeter. They now go to Grady Gatrell. Guarding him is Kowalczyk. Gatrell right by Kowalczyk. He's going to draw the foul. They're going to say it's on the floor, so no free throws coming here for Grady Gatrell. But it'll be Aggie basketball from underneath their own hoop on the baseline. Inbounding it will be Drake Gatrell. Foul goes against Kowalczyk, his first. 6:33 left to go, first quarter. We are scoreless. The Aggies, the Spartans here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. The winner to the state quarterfinals next Tuesday versus the winner of Menominee and Elk Rapids. Kyler Smith's going to be tied up. They'll draw the foul, though. If you're Pinconning, you probably do not like that call. That will go against Dane Ivey, and that's a big call as well. Dane Ivey, big guy, threw down a couple dunks in the regional semifinal versus Tawas. He's out there guarding Kyler Smith, showing the athleticism that he's going to chase around the sharpshooting junior. Drake Gatrell with it, gets a screen from Grady Gatrell. Goes around it on the perimeter, into the lane, all the way to the hoop. Layup, no good. Another bunny missed by Beal City. The ball will go out of bounds, staying with the Aggies. The Aggies already with a couple missed opportunities to get on the board. We remain scoreless, 0-0 with 6:15 left in the first quarter. Ball goes into Grady Gatrell, looks to muscle it up on the rim. He's going to draw the foul and head to the free throw line for two. We'll see who that foul goes against. It'll be going against Mr. Jackson Hill. So already 3 team fouls. They're piling up here against Pinconning. The freshman, Grady Gatrell, at the free throw line. If I was Dick Vitale, I would call him a diaper dandy. He has been great. First one, no good. Second free throw coming for Gatrell. 0-0 the score, 6:13 left to go, first quarter. Second free throw for the freshman. That one does drop in. 1-0 the score. Beal City in front. 6:10 left to go, first quarter. Donahue looks to bring it into the front court. There's Avery Small awaiting him defensively. Avery Small just makes it so difficult for any ball handler he's guarding. Shot up and good down low for Kowalczyk. Zucker went for the steal. Couldn't get it. Kowalczyk had the open baseline for the lay-in. 2-1. Pinconning in front. Grady Gatrell with the basketball on the perimeter. Guarded by Kowalczyk. Looks to drive it by him. It's knocked away by Donahue. Donahue races into the front court. Looks to finish. He'll drop it off to Jackson Hill. Hill's layup is good. Pinconning up 4-1 now after a couple quick breaks. But the Aggies, those 3 missed opportunities, I should say, cost them here in the early going. Fake on the catch and shoot for Kyler Smith. Fakes it again. Wants to get it down low to Grady Gatrell. It's tipped away. Racing into the front court with the basketball is Daniel Dubé. Drops it off down low for the lay-in. It's good from Dane Ivey. What a start from Pinconning. It's 6-1 Spartans with 5:13 left to go in the first quarter. Avery Small into the front court. He's going to get it to Drake Gatrell. Drake Gatrell will get a screen from his younger brother Grady. Spartans switch on the defense, not allowing that pick and roll opportunity. Now Avery Small gets a screen from Grady Gatrell. Kicks it to Drake Gatrell. Back to Avery Small, top of the key. He'll up fake into the lane. Kicks it in the corner to Zucker. Extra pass to Kyler Smith. He up fakes. Back to Zucker it goes. His three, no good. Rebound gathered down low by Kowalczyk. Right now, if you are Beal City, you do not want to let Pinconning build momentum here. They lead at 6-1. It's 23-2 Beal City, 18-7 Pinconning. Pinconning having a better first quarter right now. As I say that, Drake Gatrell with another steal for the Aggies. To Grady Gatrell. Into the lane, he goes all the way to the hoop. Right-handed layup on the left side's good for the freshman. 6-3 the score, and maybe the lid coming off the rim on that field goal will open things up for Beal City. You can hear the Aggies student section roar with a "Here we go Aggies" chant. Dubé trying to find space, gets it down low to Jackson Hill. He'll be fouled on the bay. No, we're going to say he stepped out of bounds. It'll send it back to the Aggies. Good call there for Beal City. Drake Gatrell maybe could have been called on the bump on the baseline to send the ball handler out of bounds. But the call will go the way of the Aggie. Kyler Smith out of the game. Eric Elias checking in for him. 5 Aggies out on the floor. It's Small, Zucker, Elias, and the Super Gatrell brothers, Drake and Grady. Zucker with the basketball right in front of the Pinconning bench on the near side of our broadcast position. They work it to the far side, opposite the bench. Drake Gatrell hands it off to Eric Elias. Elias dribbles it towards the top of the key. Guarding him is Dane Ivey. Back to Elias it goes. Wants to work it up top to Drake Gatrell. Good rotation here from Pinconning. As I say that, Avery Small's left open for the three. It's no good. Going to be a double dribble Mistake from Donahue. He wanted to pass it into the front court, but Avery Small read it. So Donahue picked it up, put the dribble back down. An easy double dribble call for the officials. 6-3. Pinconning remains in front of Beal City here in the first quarter. 3:24 left to go. Freshman Grady Gatrell's got all 3 points for Beal City, splitting a pair of free throws and getting a lay-in down low. Aggies have missed a couple open opportunities down low on layup attempts. Kyler Smith is back into the game for Eric Elias. Grady Gatrell has it. Guarding him is Jackson Hill. Kyler Smith gets the basketball on the perimeter. Bump on the play. No foul call. Smith's now going to be tripped up. They have to call that one. That'll be 2 on Jackson Hill. So he might have to come out of the game. He is one of their captains, their senior captains. And so this could be a big deal for the Spartans. Coming in to replace him is the senior Marcus Pickett. Remains the starting 5 out there for Beal City after Eric Elias' short stint. Drake and Grady Gatrell, Avery Small, Gary Zucker, and Kyler Smith. 6-3 is the score. We've got a 30-second timeout coming from Beal City. Thanks to more of our great sponsors, the Isabella Community Sportsplex, Mount Pleasant Heating and AC, Smith & Sons Meat Processing, the Beal City Village Store, Sydney's Judges Bench, Dog Central, Berry Funeral Home, Boomer's Lawn Care, Doozy's Ice Cream Place, Almost Up North and Stitches for Britches, your Claire Pioneer Gear headquarters, Gross Farms and Brad Gross Electric, the Fisher Companies, Central Concrete, Central Asphalt, and Fisher Transportation, along with Kenneth Egger at DDS in Mount Pleasant. I also loved our friends Malley Construction, Brad Malley Well Drilling, Clark Modular Homes, Weefridge Financial, Woods Household Appliance, the Bird All-American Grill, our post-game show sponsor, Bill's Custom Fab, Gates Drilling and Service, Barberry Law, along with J&J Auto, Blocko Pools and Spas, Konwinski Construction, Weber Brothers Sawmill, Mupford Oil and Gas Supply, E&S Graphics, Mount Pleasant Automotive, along with Bryce Updegraff, Joe Wentworth, Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, our sponsor of Closing the Deal. Drake Gatrell inbounds the ball to Avery Small. 3 minutes left to go, first quarter. 6-3 lead for Pinconning. Kyler Smith with the basketball. To Grady Gatrell it goes. Now Avery Small with it. Want to get it down low to Grady Gatrell. Kicks it back out to Avery Small. Small in the corner to Drake Gatrell. Gatrell spins around the defense. Up top to Avery Small. He'll take it into the lane. He's going to lose the basketball for a moment, recovers it, kicks it out to Kyler Smith. Great recovery defense right now from the Spartans. They're switching everything on the drive and dish. They're doing really good on closing out on the kickouts. Drake Gatrell open, top of the key. He leaves it short. Rebound goes into the hands of Dane Ivey. I will bring it into the front court. Not a great start offensively here for Beal City. They trail 6-3 with 2:12 left to go in the first quarter. Dane Ivey trying to find an opening. It's not there. He'll kick it out to Donahue. Dubé stepping into the 3. Wide open. He knocks it down. The senior Daniel Dubé puts Pinconning up 9-3. Under 2 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. Small into the front court to Grady Gatrell it goes. Pinconning playing suffocating defense right now against Beal City. Drake Gatrell with the basketball. Donahue guarding him. Get it in the middle to Kyler Smith. He up fakes. It's not there. Good defense from Daniel Dubé. Back to Drake Gatrell it goes. Gatrell being guarded by Donahue. He'll hand it off to Grady Gatrell. Now to Avery Small it goes. Small will call out a play here for the offense. 9-3. Beal City with just one field goal here in the first quarter. Small into lane. Can't get the bunny to go. Gets his own rebound to Grady Gatrell. Gatrell into lane. Back to Small. In the corner to Drake Gatrell. His 3 off the rim. No good. Rebound is gathered by Daniel Dubé. Senior point guard into the front court. Wide open down low. The layup is good for Marcus Pickett. It's all Pinconning all the time here in the first quarter. It's 11-3 Spartans with 1 minute remaining to go. Zucker on the cut, gets it down low. He'll get the finish down low. 11-5 the score. Donahue hounded by Avery Small in the backcourt. Pinconning with an 11-5 lead here in the first quarter. Again, it's 23-2 Beal City, 18-7 Pinconning. I said it in the pregame, you cannot play these games on paper. You look at it on paper, you think Beal City probably a big favorite here in this one, but right now it's all going Pinconning's way. We have seen the Aggies with some big comebacks this year. They trailed by 12 against Leroy Pine River at home and came back to win that one. Donahue gets it top of the key. Looks to drive on Avery Small. Small's going to get called for the reach-in. 35 seconds left to go in the first quarter. That'll be the second foul going against Avery Small as well. Colton Love is going to check in for the junior. And Small coming out of the game is going to be a big, big deal. He's been one of the best ball handlers all year long and without a doubt the best on-ball defender for Beal City this year. They get the ball in, down low, turn shots left short. Rebound is going to be tipped into the hands of Donahue. They want to get it back down low to Ivy. That shot is good. Dane Ivy's got 4, and it's 13-5. Pinconning with the lead. 20 seconds left to go, first quarter. Kyler Smith with the basketball goes to Grady Gatrell. Gatrell on the perimeter. To drive it in the lane against Kowalczyk. It's not there. And now hand it off to Kyler Smith and set the screen. Just like they've been doing all game, though, they switch it. Smith into the lane, a lot of contact, no foul call. He now tips it away from Ivy. It goes out of bounds, but it'll be Pinconning basketball. 3 seconds left to go in the first quarter. A horrid start offensively for Beal City. Only 5 points. 3 seconds left to go. Donahue's going to launch it from half court. Gets a clean look. Almost drops in. We're going to take a break. Back with the second quarter. The Aggies have got to make something happen here.
Hi, I'm attorney Joe Barbary. Just like doctors specialize in areas of medicine, at Barbary Law, we specialize in getting you the best possible results. If you've been injured by someone else's negligence, you owe it to yourself and your family to call our legal team. At Barbary Law, we focus on one thing, and that's getting you the compensation you deserve. Every case we take personally.
My attorney is Joe Barbary. He can be yours too.
Mumford Oil and Gas Supply is your one-stop shop for top quality products and procurement in the Michigan oil and gas industry. With over 45 years of experience and a strong commitment to customer satisfaction, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply delivers the best solutions for your oil and gas production, drilling, and service needs. If you need it, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply can get it. Visit them on Fancher today or give them a call at 989-317-8582.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back inside our Barbary Law Studios, built by Conwinski Construction. 13-5, Pinconning has the lead as we start the second quarter here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Kyler Smith into the front court with the basketball. Guarding him is Dane Ivy. They have not been able to find an open look for Kyler Smith. Down low goes Drake Gatrell. Here's that open look for Kyler Smith. He cashes it home on the dish from Grady Gatrell. 13-8 sounds a lot different than 13-5. Here come the Spartans into the front court. Daniel Dubé with the basketball. Pass down low is wild. It goes out of bounds back to Beal City. It's Eric Elias, Drake Gatrell, Kyler Smith, Gary Zucker, and Grady Gatrell to start the second quarter for Beal City, trailing 13-8 against Pinconning. Grady Gatrell with it on the perimeter. Guarding him is Daniel Dubé. Looks to shake by him, takes it in lane, double team comes, they'll kick it out to Kyler Smith. Smith through the lane, left-handed finish is good. Woo-hoo-hoo! Smith with a quick 5 points. That play will be in the running for a Bill's Custom Fab fabrication of the game. Ivy looking to go baseline. He'll kick it out on the perimeter to Dubé. Now it goes in the middle to Kowalczyk. His shot, no good. Great defense from Grady Gatrell, going straight up to force the miss. Drake Gatrell into the front court, all the way into the lane. He's going to look to kick it into corner. There's going to be a foul called before he passes it out. 13-10 the score. 5 quick points from Kyler Smith have changed everything here in the second quarter. Drake Gatrell inbound the basketball. Jackson Hill back into the game with his 2 fouls for Pinconning. Drake Gatrell inbound it, sends it up top to Kyler Smith. Kyler Smith being guarded by Dane Ivy. Want to go to Grady Gatrell. Instead it goes to Drake Gatrell on the opposite side where Kyler Smith was originally looking to pass. Gatrell has it in front of the Pinconning bench. Ivy guarding him. Into the lane, left-handed layup is good. What a drive from the senior, Drake Gatrell. All of a sudden, a 7-0 run to start the second quarter. Just like that, 13-12. Beal City's right back in it. Pass down low for Ivy's wild, another steal. Here comes Grady Gatrell into the front court. Kicks it over to Elias. Elias finish at the rim. No good, no contact, or a lot of contact, no foul call. Rebound to Daniel Dubé. To Jackson Hill, up ahead to Donahue it goes. He wants the 3. This would be big. On the rainbow shot, it's no good. Kowalczyk times the rebound perfectly. He comes up with it, but his putback is no good. Elias grabs the rebound and gets it to Grady Gatrell. 13-12. Pinconning still in front. You get the feeling if Beal City can take the lead, Miss Momentum is going to be all in the royal blue and white as opposed to the green and white of the Spartans. Kyler Smith will hand it off to Gary Zucker. Back to Kyler Smith. Catch and shoot from the corner. It's left short. Kowalczyk with the rebound. It goes to Sean Donahue. The junior point guard will slow things up near the half-court line. Donahue picks up his dribble in a dangerous spot, gets it to Jackson Hill. Good job by Jackson Hill going to the ball to help out the ball handler. Now with it is Ivy. He wanted the three. It goes to Daniel Dubé. Senior point guard guarded by Eric Elias. Looking for the pick and roll. It's not there, so he puts up the floater. That's no good. Elias with the rebound. Now, just as cold as the Aggies were in the first quarter, Pinconning has gone cold here in the second quarter. Drake Gatrell with the basketball on the perimeter. He's going to hand it off to Kyler Smith. Smith being guarded by Kowalczyk. To Drake Gatrell. In the corner it goes to Eric Elias. Back up top to Drake Gatrell. 4:52 left to go second quarter. It's 13-12. Pinconning with the lead. Screen coming for Drake Gatrell. Now it goes to Eric Elias. Good help defense. After that screen, Drake Gatrell wanted to pass it to Grady in the post, but some good help defense did not allow that pass. Zucker looks to drive by the defense, goes to the elbow. To Drake Gatrell, he wants the three. In and out, no good. Rebound is gathered by Dane Ivy down low. Junior will bring it into the front court, awaiting him defensively. Grady Gatrell, spin shot, no good. Great job by Grady Gatrell staying with the fancy move there of Ivy. Now Gatrell gets it back. He'll take it in the lane. Look to finish on his own. It's good. Grady Gatrell with 5, and the Aggies have charged back into the lead with a 9-0 run to start the second quarter. Full timeout, or no, pardon me, a 30-second timeout, I think it is, coming from Pinconning, and Coach Donahue and the Pinconning Spartans needed a 9-0 run to start the second quarter here for the Aggies. 5 quick points from Kyler Smith, and also baskets from Drake Gatrell and Grady Gatrell as well. You know we're coming to you from the Barbary Law Studios. Our Gates Drilling and Service halftime report coming right up. Our Bill's Custom Fab fabrication of the game. Right now I'm looking at Drake Gatrell's lay-in probably. That was a sweet play, as well as Kyler Smith's lay-in. That was pretty darn fancy as well. Bird All-American Grill postgame show hopefully taking place on the floor after this game. And our Zaid Batchelder baller of the game brought to you by Weefrich Financial, something we'll start talking about more in the second half. And also love to our pregame show sponsor, Woods Household. And won't have score updates tonight, but we'll have a lot tomorrow for girls district finals, brought to you by Clark Modular Homes, Brad Malley Well Drilling, and Malley Construction. Sean Donahue into the front court after the timeout for Pinconning. They get it to Jackson Hill, kick in the corner. Dubé's already hit 1 3. He wants another. It's in and out. Grady Gatrell clears another rebound for the Aggies here in the second quarter. 14-13 the score. Aggies in front. Kyler Smith with it. He'll get a screen from Grady Gatrell. Again, they switch everything on the screens. Back to Grady Gatrell it goes. Jackson Hill guarding him. Good thing about attacking him with those 2 fouls, but instead it goes to Drake Gatrell at the top of the key. Now to Grady Gatrell at the elbow. Turns, surveys, gets it back to Drake Gatrell. Little pick and roll with the Super Gatrell brothers. Down low it goes to Grady Gatrell. Charge taken underneath the basket by Kowalczyk. If you are the Aggies, you don't like that call, but Kowalczyk did get position. My personal opinion, maybe a little too far underneath the basket, but Gatrell did come in with a very wide Euro step, looking to create the contact. 14-13, Aggies in front. First foul going against Mr. Grady Gatrell. Colton Love set to check back into the game for Beal City. Jackson Hill with the ball, guarding him, Eric Elias. And get it to Dane Ivy. Switch, Elias now guarding Ivy. Get to Hill on the cut. Shot up, no good. Grady Gatrell looks to get the rebound. It goes into the hands of Hill. Looking to take it away is Drake Gatrell. Be a loose ball foul going against Drake Gatrell. It'll remain Pinconning basketball with 3:07 left to go in the second quarter. Pinconning still yet to score here in quarter number 2 of our regional final. Eric Elias coming out, Colton Love coming in. 5 Aggies out there, the Super Gatrell brothers, Drake and Grady. Gary Zucker, Kyler Smith, and the aforementioned Colton Love. Substitution coming in is Marcus Pickett. He will replace Kowalczyk. That's the first foul going against Drake Gatrell moments ago. Second team foul going against the Aggies here in quarter number 2. Want to get it down low to Ivy. He catches, shoots, no good. Again, Grady Gatrell with great defense, but the rebound is tipped into the hands of Jackson Hill. To Donahue, he's open for the catch and shoot. That's no good. Long rebound goes to Kyler Smith. Smith up ahead to Colton Love into the front court. Love kicks it back to Gary Zucker, to Drake Gatrell. Gatrell with the left-handed drive to the cup, no good. Rebound goes into the hands of Dane Ivey. Ivey into the front court to Donahue. He wants another three. This one is good. Sean Donahue buries the triple. It puts Pinconning back in front, 16-14, and that's the first field goal, first points for Pinconning here in this second quarter. Zucker with the basketball. Gets it down low to Grady Gatrell. The pass is tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with Beal City. Good idea there from Gatrell to try and pass it down low good idea from Zucker to try and pass it down low to Gatrell, but it was good defense on the tip. And bounce pass goes into Grady Gatrell. He'll be fouled on the play by Dane Ivey. Second foul of the quarter going against Pinconning. 16-14, Spartans with the lead. Got 2 fouls on Ivey, 2 fouls on Hill. Two of their leaders, junior leader and senior leader. Kyler Smith has it on the perimeter guarding him, Daniel Dubé. Gets some quick instructions from head coach Cam Gatrell. Hand it off to Drake Gatrell. 2:10 left to go, second quarter. 16-14, Spartans in front on the 3 moments ago from Sean Donahue. Gatrell in the corner. Colton Love, the sophomore, catch and shoot. It's good! What a huge shot from the sophomore. Colton Love on the dish from Drake Gatrell. It puts the Aggies back up 17-16. What a shot from the sophomore. Dubé thought about the 3 to answer back. Instead, they get it in the middle of Jackson Hill. He turns, shoots, and gets it up over the rim. It drops in for Hill. A very difficult shot there. Zucker had some great defense, but Hill just kind of willed that one in. 18-17. Pinconning goes back in front. Drake Gatrell on the screen from Grady Gatrell. Doesn't use it. Now Kyler Smith has it. Hand off to Colton Love. Love bumped on the play. No foul call. That also would have been the 3rd on Ivey as well. Now you've got Grady Gatrell driving against Jackson Hill. Grady Gatrell kicks it out to Drake Gatrell. Back to Grady Gatrell. Gatrell to Kyler Smith. He'll set a screen for him. Smith drives by Hill. Shot up. Good, and a foul! That's also the 3rd on Jackson Hill as well. So not only does Kyler Smith get the and one opportunity, but one of the captains, Jackson Hill, has to come out of the game as he picks up his 3rd foul. If the Aggies can get a 3rd foul on Jaden Ivey, or Dane Ivey, pardon me, they would be in business. Free throw rattles out for Kyler Smith, no good. 19-18, the Aggies in front. We're under a minute remaining here until our Gates Drilling and Service halftime report. Dubé with it, goes up top to Hill. He remains in with those 3 fouls. Have a foul going against Gatrell as he looked to steal the pass on the perimeter. That'll be the 2nd foul, I believe, going against Drake Gatrell as well. 19-18 the score. Eric Elias will check in for Drake Gatrell. Your 5 Aggies out there: Colton Love, Eric Elias, Kyler Smith, Gary Zucker, and Grady Gatrell. Donahue with the basketball. Kyler Smith guarding him on the perimeter. They get the ball to Dubé. Want to get it to Kowalczyk on the cut. It's not there. They get it down low to Kowalczyk. It's going to be knocked away. Coming up with a loose ball is Kyler Smith. Almost able to save it on the inbounds, but it goes out of bounds. It'll remain Pinconning basketball. We've got Cole DeZerka, big country out there now for Pinconning. And we're going to have a foul going against Kowalczyk. That could have been a technical foul there. That was just kind of a push of the arm there. We've got Avery Small and Drake Gatrell checking back in, as we'll probably see the Aggies hold for a final shot here. 32 seconds left in the first half. Gates Drilling and Service halftime report coming right up. If you're Beal City, you have not played well here in this first half. If you could go into the half with the lead, you're going to feel really good if you're Coach Gatrell and the crew. 30 seconds left in the first half. 19-18, the Aggies in front over Pinconning. Avery Small across the half-court line slowly. Daniel Dubé guarding him defensively. Small wants to hand it off to Drake Gatrell. Physical play on the handoff. They go to Kyler Smith. He puts it up. It's good! From downtown for Kyler Smith. He's got 10, all coming here in the second quarter. Dubé looks to finish the fadeaway. It's no good. That'll bring us to the end of the half. Kyler Smith hot as a Blockco jacuzzi in the second quarter with 10 points for the All Sports Superstar Junior. 13-5 it was at the end of one. It's now 22-18, and Miss Momentum is rocking the royal blue and white as we head to halftime in our Gates Drilling and Service halftime report. We'll hear from John Ross this week in MHSAA sports and much more. And I'll be back with the second half right after this. The Aggies lead the Spartans 22-18 at the half here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Time for our Gates Drilling and Service halftime report.
Hi, I'm Attorney Joe Barbary. Just like doctors specialize in areas of medicine, at Barbary Law, we specialize in getting you the best possible results. If you've been injured by someone else's negligence, you owe it to yourself and your family. Call our legal team. At Barbary Law, we focus on one thing, and that's getting you the compensation you deserve. Every case we take personally.
My attorney is Joe Barbary. He can be yours too.
Konwinski Construction offers a full range of construction services on small and large projects. Konwinski Construction is a leader in the community and are proud to support those student athletes who will be leading our community tomorrow. Konwinski Construction on Gover Parkway, Mount Pleasant. Mount Pleasant Automotive on Mission has been serving local auto shops and do-it-yourselfers since 1988. Mount Pleasant Automotive is locally owned and carries all the auto part, car care products, and auto maintenance supplies you will need. Visit them online at mtpleasantautomotive.com. Mount Pleasant Automotive, caring for our cars and our local student athletes. Bogwai Banga and Bradley on Main Street in Mount Pleasant provides uncompromising integrity when providing tax and accounting services to individuals and small businesses in the Mid-Michigan area. Bogwai Banga and Bradley has an expert CPA ready to help you, whether you're an individual that needs help with taxes or a business that needs help with, well, just about everything. Bogwai Banga and Bradley is a leader in the community and a proud supporter of local high school sports. Visit them online at bwbpc.com or stop into their office on Main Street in downtown Mount Pleasant. Joe Wentworth with Pregame Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes, working hard and showing pride for our community. For all of your real estate needs, go with Joe. Joe Wentworth with Pregame Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, 989-817-1291. Brickner and Bunker Farm Bureau Insurance Group is Mid-Michigan's #1 team for protecting what matters most to you. Home, auto, life, farm, business. They offer a wide variety of coverage at affordable rates with the customer service of a best friend. Visit Brickner and Bunkner Farm Bureau Insurance Group on Pickard Road or visit them online at bricknerbunkerinsurance.com.
A new name sits atop the girls' single-season scoring list, and familiar names sit atop the team wrestling championships. I'm John Ross, and this is This Week in High School Sports, powered by the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. The winning streaks continued at the Wings Event Center in Kalamazoo over the weekend at the MHSAA Team Wrestling Finals. In Division 4, not only did Hudson win their 5th straight team title, but head coach Scott Mary became the state's all-time winningest coach in the process. The 1983 Hudson grad has led the Tigers to 983 wins now. They defeated Clinton in the finals this year. In Division 3, make it 9 in a row for Dundee. The Vikings beat Yale in the championship by a 60-6 score after posting 70-3 and 63-6 scores in the quarters and semis. In Division 2, Lowell is up to 13 in a row, their first under new head coach Kyle Slocum. Lowell beat Eaton Rapids in the finals 62-4. The record for most consecutive team titles is 15, set by the East Grand Rapids boys swim and dive team from 1948 to 1962. Lowell will be looking to tie that mark 2 years from now. And in Division 1, Detroit Catholic Central won for a 4th straight year. It's the Shamrocks' 12th Division I title under head coach Mitch Hancock, all coming in the last 17 years. For more on the team wrestling finals and for a preview of this weekend's individual finals, please check out all of our wrestling coverage at MHSAA.com. It's time for Game Balls, when we highlight a trio of standout performances from the past week. First, St. Clair Shore's Lakeshore bowler Devin Patrick rolled a .462 in the championship round to take home the Division II Boys Bowling Championship. Caledonia hockey player Gabe Supuk scored an overtime goal against Muskegon Mona Shores in a 4-3 Scots win, sending Caledonia to its first ever semifinal appearance. and to the Burt Lake Northern Michigan Christian boys basketball team, district champs for the first time in school history.
The Michigan Achievement Scholarship is funding every grad, every path. Odds are your high school senior or recent grad will qualify for tuition-free community college, up to $27,500 at a public or private university, or up to $4,000 for a trade school or career training program, no matter their GPA. Wherever your child is headed, there's free money to get them there. Simply fill out the FAFSA to apply. Get started at mi.gov/achievement.
Our weekly Be the Referee feature takes a look at the fine art of officiating with the MHSAA's Sam Davis.
Did you know there's no such thing as over the back in basketball? If two players are going for a rebound and the player behind another player is able to grab it over the top of the player in front, that's not necessarily a foul. He or she did not go over the back. The player behind another player may have committed a foul such as bumping the player in front or pushing that player, gaining an advantage to grab the rebound, but that would be whistled for a push or grab, not over the back. A taller player or player who can jump higher grabbing a rebound is not a foul. It is only a foul if they create an advantage by pushing, bumping, or any other kind of illegal contact while in the process of going for a rebound. Fans yell over the back all the time, but an official will never call a foul for going over the back.
Thanks, Sam. Now more than ever, we need officials. If you are interested, go to the MHSAA website now to register.
The girls' basketball tournament starts this week with district play. When Mayo plays their first game in a Division IV district semifinal on Wednesday, they'll do so with the state's all-time single-season scoring leader on their side. Junior Mia McGregor scored 39 points in the season finale versus Alcona, giving her 955 total points this year, passing Central Lakes' Jasmine Hines atop the single-season scoring list. Hines scored 935 points in the 2009-2010 season. McGregor is averaging a whopping 43 points per game this year, which means she's well within range to become the first ever, boy or girl, to top 1,000 points in a season. And with her senior season still to play, there's little doubt she'll eventually take over the all-time career scoring mark as well. She's already up to 6th all-time and sits just a little under 500 points away from the top spot, or about half a season's worth of points at the rate she's filling it up. Central Lakes Hines is the current leader there as well. McGregor has scored at least 26 points in every game this year with a high of 61. She's gone over 50 7 times. To keep track of all the girls' district results this week, check out MHSAA.com and watch most of those games live on the NFHS network. You've been listening to This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid, a production of the MHSAA network. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Ross, and we'll be back next week.
Value is not just a price. When you buy something for your home, it's an investment. Knowing that you're getting a great deal and service after the sale is priceless. At Woods Household, we only carry quality products for your home at competitive prices. Furniture that is attractive and durable. Comfortable mattresses that last for years. Flooring that stands up to wear and tear. These are all products that last by trusted name brands like FlexSteel, Serta, Whirlpool, and many more. So shop the Woods way.
Blocko Pools and Spas is Mid-Michigan's #1 pool and hot tub destination that will turn your old space into your #1 destination. From delivery of a full pool for the family to the relaxing hot tub for after work for mom and dad, Blocko Pools and Spas does it all. Stop by their showroom on Remus Road to check out their beautiful selection of hot tubs and learn how you can build the pool of your dreams.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Just catching up with Heather Bouchon real quick from Block Electric, talking with her a little bit about that great first half. 22-18 is our score. The Aggies in front of the Pinconning Spartans. So you see that clock counting down with a minute there. We're going to continue to keep things right here, and thanks to more of our great sponsors. You've been tuned in to the Gates Drilling and Service Halftime Report. Also much love to Barbary Law, Bill's Custom Fab, the Bird All-American Grill, Clark Modular Homes, Brad Malley Well Drilling and Malley Construction, along with Weefrich Financial, sponsor of our Zaid Batchelder Baller of the Game. And right now, got to be Kyler Smith in the front running with his 10 second quarter points. I also love Woods Household Appliance, our pregame show sponsor, and the sponsor of the best seat in the house, and it is those officials out there right on top of the action. Remember, as it says, you listen to some of the MHSAA stuff, this week in MHSAA Sports with John Ross and the Be the Referee segment. Without these officials out here, it's just practice. These games will not count, and we need more officials in the Mid-Michigan area. To get started, go to MHSAA.com and click on the Be the Referee tab to get started. Not a bad way to make a couple extra bucks and to stay up to date on what's going down with local high school hoops here in the Mid-Michigan area. Pinconning basketball to start the second half. 22-18 the score. Avery Small back out there for the Aggies with his 2 fouls. Still out there with 3 fouls for Pinconning is Jackson Hill. Also got 2 fouls for Dane Ivey as well. Hill has the basketball, goes to Daniel Dubé. Dubé guarded by Gary Zucker. They get it up top to the aforementioned Ivey. It's double team. They want to get it down low. It's tipped from Grady Gatrell. They'll say last touch by the Aggies. Gatrell not complaining about the call much, and as you often hear me say, best view in the house. It's those officials. Brought to you by our friends at Woods Household Appliance. Donahue inbounds the ball. Want to get it right back to Donahue from Kowalczyk, but it goes out of bounds. 7:38 left to go, third quarter. 22-18, Beal City with the lead, and they have got the momentum right now. It was a 13-5 lead for Pinconning at the end of the first quarter, and it does look like the Spartans are going to try and set up some full-court pressure here against Beal City. As I say that, they kind of back off on the inbounds passes. Small brings it up across the half-court line. Trying to press this team with 3 point guards, essentially Avery Small, Drake Gatrell, and Kyler Smith. Not easy. Gatrell has the basketball guarded by Dane Ivey. Little shimmy, little shake. Hand off to Grady Gatrell. Grady Gatrell bring it towards the half-court line, goes to Avery Small. Small up fakes into lane to Gary Zucker. He doesn't take the 3. He was open, but again, you can run some clock right now if you are Beal City. You lead it by 4. A little give and go, pick and roll down low. Grady Gatrell kick out to Kyler Smith. Extra pass to Avery Small. He's open. No good off the front of the rim. Rebound is gathered by Dane Ivey, but a nice possession there from the Aggies. Running some clock, and they got an open look as well. Ivey in the lane, swatted by Grady Gatrell. It's going to be a late foul call. Probably the body there against Grady Gatrell, but oh boy, he swatted that one away. 22-18 to score. Heading to the free throw line is the junior Dane Ivey. He had 4 points in the first quarter, nothing in the second quarter. Second foul going against Grady Gatrell. 6:50 left to go, third quarter. 22-18, Beal City in front of Houghton Lake here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Coming to you live from our Barbary Law Studios, built by Conwincy Construction. First free throw, no good from Ivey. Here comes the second one. Leading scorer in this game is Mr. Kyler Smith with 10 points. Only 4 points is the leading scorer for Pinconning. Make it 5 now as Ivey sinks that second free throw. 22-19 the score. Mentioned the pressure from Pinconning. They only show it on the one possession. They back off into the half court here after that made basket, or made free throw, I should say. Grady Gatrell going up against Kowalczyk. Looks to drive in a lane. Kick it to his brother at the elbow. Now to Avery Small on the wing right in front of the Aggie bench. Back to Drake Gatrell. The basketball goes. He's going to hand it off to Grady Gatrell. 22-19 Aggies in front. 6:20 left to go here in the third quarter. Kyler Smith, catch, up fake. Kicks it in the corner. It's going to be tipped. They're going to say last touch by Gary Zucker. I think they're going to come in and change the call here. It should be Aggie basketball. See if they do change the call here. I don't think they're going to let them change it. Usually when you see another official come in, they will let you know. Score update, Menominee up 34-19 against Elk Rapids. So the winner of this game looks like they're going to take on Menominee, as that game's not near as close. Menominee will have a long trek down to Boyne City from nearly Wisconsin. They're able to win that game. Long inbounds pass goes into Kyler Smith. Catch and shoot! Money! That's his third 3. He's got 13 points, all coming here in the second and third quarter. I don't know where Caden Smith and the CMU baseball team are right now, but I hope he's tuning in because his brother's putting together another great performance. Shot no good down low from Ivy. Small races into the front court to Smith in the corner. He up fakes, goes back to Small. Small into lane, down low to Grady Gatrell. Gatrell up fakes, reverse layup. Oh, drops out for the freshman. Woo-hoo-hoo! That would have been something special there from Grady Gatrell. Just couldn't get the members roll. Maybe next year when you're a sophomore, kid, I'll make the joke. Pinconning with it in the front court. They have struggled offensively since the first quarter. Ivy with it. He has been pretty much shut down by the freshman Grady Gatrell. He looks to drive now against Kyler Smith after the switch. Gonna be a foul on the floor going against Gary Zucker. Ivy wanted to pass the ball further down low to Jackson Hill on the baseline. They called the foul on Gary Zucker. Second team foul going against Beal City. First foul going against Mr. Zucker. Inbounding the basketball will be Donahue. They want to get it right down low, but they're not going to allow that. Pass is tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with Pinconning. They want to force it right down low to Kowalczyk on the block, but you had Avery Small and Grady Gatrell both there to tip that pass. Goes into Dubé. Dubé gets away with a walk. Pass it down low. That's going to go off the hands of Jackson Hill, out of bounds. Little basketball gods there correcting things as it was a clear walk from Dubé. And then it trickles out of bounds off the pass. 6-point lead for the Aggies, their biggest lead of the game here in the third quarter. 15 points was the lead from Menominee in our other regional final. Down low it goes to Drake Gatrell. Up top it goes to Grady Gatrell. Extra pass to Kyler Smith. Now it goes to Avery Small. Small up top to Kyler Smith. Now to Gary Zucker. In the corner it goes opposite the Beal City bench to Grady Gatrell. Grady Gatrell hands it off to Kyler Smith. Another catch and shoot. It's good again! Kyler Smith on fire. As hot as a block code jacuzzi. 28-19 the score. Kyler Smith has 4 threes since the first quarter. Charge! Oh, it's a travel actually going against Ivy. You'd rather have the charge if you're Beal City, but right now, all the momentum in the royal blue and the white. 4:30 left to go third quarter. The Aggies lead it by 9, 28-19. They trailed 13-5 at the end of one. They have owned this game since then. Drake Gatrell with the ball here near side. Gets a screen from his younger brother Grady. Looking for the pick and roll. He gets it in the paint. Up fakes on Ivy and gets the lay-in to go! The Aggies have taken complete control of this game. It's 30-19. Timeout on the floor coming from the Pinconning Spartans. And oh boy, do they need it. It's all Beal City right now. It was 13-5 at the end of the first quarter. Since then, the Aggies have outscored Pinconning 25-6. Yes, a 25-6 run since that first quarter for the Beal City Aggies. 16 points for Kyler Smith, 7 points for Grady Gatrell, 3 from Colton Love, 2 from Drake Gatrell, 2 from Gary Zucker, and also Gatrell, Smith, Small have done a great job running the point as well. For Pinconning, you have just had, 1, 2 field goals since that first quarter. They have not had a field goal yet here in the third quarter. They only had 2 in the second quarter. Go back to the beginning of the game. My keys to victory: continue the lockdown defense and make open shots. Since the second quarter, that is exactly what the Aggies have done. 5 open threes made from Beal City, 4 from Kyler Smith, 1 from Colton Love, and the lockdown defense has been on point, only giving up 2 field goals through a quarter and a half now since that first quarter. 30-19, Beal City with the lead. Do or die time now for the Pinconning Spartans. Sean Donahue gets it to Dane Ivy. Ivy around the perimeter, goes to Daniel Dubé. Senior looks to dribble around Kyler Smith. Good defense, though, from Smith. Back up top, it goes to Dane Ivy. He'll hand it off to Donahue. Donahue back to Ivy, wants to go baseline, looks to pass it out. It's stolen by Avery Small. Ivy got himself caught underneath the rim. There was nowhere to go. Kyler Smith has it in the corner. He has been as hot as a Blocko jacuzzi in the second and third quarter. They've got to pay extra attention to him. Grady Gatrell now with it in the corner. Looks to back his way down. Good defense, though, out there from Marcus Pickett. Gatrell with it. This time he shakes and bakes by Pickett. Looks for the reverse layup. No good. Gets his own rebound. Goes back up with it. Doesn't drop in for the freshman. 30-19 the score. Dubé with it into the front court. Pinconning still looking for their first field goal of this third quarter. They've only got 1 point. That came from the free throw line from Dane Ivey. Down low goes to Jackson Hill, to Dubé at the elbow. Out, here's the first open look for Dane Ivey. It's no good from three. Skying for the rebound is Gary Zucker to Avery Small. The point guard will bring it into the front court to Grady Gatrell. Through the lane, lays it up and in! Gatrell now with 9. Nobody stopped the freshman as he bulldozed his way into the lane to the basket for the lay-in. 2:40 left in the third quarter. 32-19, Aggies in front. You want to get it down low to Dubé. It's another bad pass that goes out of bounds. Back to Beal City. 32-19, the Aggies in front. They have completely taken control here in this game. Little half-court trap zone setup now from the Spartans. Get it in the middle to Grady Gatrell. Does a nice job staying patient now. Avery Small with the basketball. Back up top, it goes to Drake Gatrell. He goes into lane, back to Grady Gatrell. Grady Gatrell to Gary Zucker. In the corner to Kyler Smith. Smith back to Gary Zucker. Wide open down low is Avery Small. They miss him. Avery Small dishes it to Grady Gatrell for the lay-in. What a pass from Avery Small. That will be our Mumford Oil and Gas Supply assist of the game on the sweet dish there from Avery Small to Grady Gatrell. Gatrell's now got 11. Gatrell and Kyler Smith have now combined for 27 themselves. Ivy down low, gets one to go. First field goal of the quarter for Pinconning. 34-21, Aggies in front. Gatrell to Zucker, to Gatrell, down low to Avery Small, who's wide open for the lay-in. The Aggie offense going through the press like a hot knife through butter. Ivy in the lane, layup no good, but he'll draw the foul on the play with 1:21 left to go in the third quarter. It was 13-5 at the end of one. 31-8 run in the second and third quarters for Beal City to take control of this game. They lead it by 15. Menominee was up 15 on Elk Rapids. And so it looks like next Tuesday, if things hold like they are, it'll be Beal City, Menominee in Boyne City in the state quarterfinals for the right to go to the Breslin Center. First free throw is good from Ivy. Should not get ahead of myself here as we've got a lot of time left to go. Ivy's second free throw is good. He's got 9 points, leading all scorers for Pinconning. Avery Small across the half-court line for Beal City. Go to Drake Gatrell. Down low to Eric Elias. He's double-teamed in the paint. Kicks it out to Kyler Smith. Smith into the lane. Right-handed layup is good. Somehow he went through two defenders right at the cup and got the finish. 38-23 is the score. Donahue with the basketball. Avery Small all over him defensively. He looks to drive. He'll kick it out to Daniel Dubé. Dubé will bring it towards the top of the key. Under a minute remaining here in the third quarter, 15-point lead for the Aggies. Donahue wants to force up the three, but Avery Small won't even let him put up the shot attempt. Kowalczyk will be fouled by Drake Gatrell on the play. 38-23 is our score. 42 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Colton Love checking into the game. He's going to replace Drake Gatrell. Cam Gatrell wants to make sure one of his senior guards doesn't pick up his fourth foul here in the third quarter. 42 seconds left in the third. It's 38-23. Beal City in front. Daniel Dubé gets it down low to Kowalczyk. Guarding him is Grady Gatrell. He loses the basketball out of bounds. Grady Gatrell again. Not even headed to the fourth quarter. Already been decided in my mind. He will be our Weber Brothers Sawmill Timber of the game. The freshman has been the strongest player in the post all game long. He's been unbelievable on the boards. When Ivy's tried to take it down low, when Kowalczyk has tried to take it down low on him, there's been nothing there. Eric Elias has it tipped away from him. He'll recover it in the backcourt. By Dubé he goes, now to Grady Gatrell. to Kyler Smith. Another catch and shoot. This one no good. He gets his own rebound. Kicks it up top to Elias, to Avery Small. He up fakes, into lane he goes, looks to finish over the D, it's good! What a finish from Avery Small as he skies over the defense and drops it in over the rim, or I should say from above the rim, he drops it in. 40-23 is the score. Fouled is Donahue with 1.4 seconds left to go in the third quarter. See if he's shooting free throws. Actually, he'll be shooting free throws anyway. That was the 15th foul against the Aggies here in the third. 40-23 is the score. I'll back it up again. It was 13-5 at the end of the first quarter. Pinconning in front. 22-18 Beal City at the half. Now 40-24 as we near the end of the third as Donahue sinks that free throw. Junior rattles that one in for 5 points in his scoring column. Small will get the basketball, look to whip it full court, off the front of the rim. Oh my goodness, if that would have gone in, it would have been the most unbelievable high school basketball shot I've ever seen. We'll be back with the fourth quarter right after this. The Aggies lead it 40-25.
Weaveridge Financial knows it can be incredibly overwhelming to navigate the world of financial planning. With trusted guidance and easy-to-understand advice, you can feel comfortable in your financial future with Weaveridge Financial. Weaveridge Financial assists people in all stages of life with a specialization in retirement and investment planning. Experience the power of working with an advisor dedicated to your success. Visit WeaveridgeFinancial.com. Visit them in downtown Mount Pleasant. Call or text 989-953-7888. Weaveridge Financial, member SIPC. The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, open every day but Sunday for lunch and dinner. Delicious pizza, the world-famous Bird Burger, handcrafted, fresh-baked subs, many apps, and much more. There's something for everyone at The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, where friends gather like family. The Bird, supporting high school sports in mid-Michigan for nearly 100 years.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
The Beal City Aggies closing in on their first regional basketball boys championship since 2013 and their first ever Class C boys regional basketball championship. They've got a 15-point lead. We're 8 minutes away. 40-25, the Aggies in front as we start the fourth quarter. It's Eric Elias, Grady Gatrell, Drake Gatrell, Gary Zucker, and Kyler Smith to start this fourth quarter for Beal City. And we saw it with Beaverton. We've seen it some other times this year. The Aggies, if they're going to let them run the clock, they will run the clock here in this fourth quarter. They don't mind if this final score is 42-38. Doesn't matter as long as they come out of here with that regional championship trophy. Eric Elias gets it in the corner after the drive from Drake Gatrell. Back to Grady Gatrell. It goes on the perimeter, being guarded by Kowalczyk. He'll dribble it towards the top of the key. Now we'll hand it off to his older brother, Drake Gatrell. Super Gatrell brothers playing a little keep away right now on the perimeter. Donahue guarding Drake Gatrell. Gatrell to Kyler Smith. Again, the Aggies running some clock here at the start of this fourth quarter, nursing a 15-point lead. Down low, Eric Elias wide open for the lay-in. Off the dish from Grady Gatrell. That's what you're looking for right there. Run the offense, run the clock. If there's an opening, you do take advantage of it. Kowalczyk with it. To Donahue it goes. Again, Bird All-American Grill postgame show coming up. We'll have a quick recap for you after a break, but then the plan is to go down on the floor with these possible regional champion Aggies after their trophy presentation. Shot no good from Ivy. Elias with the rebound. Ahead it goes to Kyler Smith. Smith now double-teamed in the corner, tries to pass it away. It'll be knocked away. They're going to say last touch. No, they'll give a timeout to Beal City. Just a 30-second timeout. We will keep the broadcast right here. 42-25, Aggies in front. Another update coming from Mr. Small. 34-22, Menominee with the lead. So Menominee, Beal City, next Tuesday at Houghton Lake. It's looking like a date. It's a 30-second timeout there from Beal City. The Aggies, chance to salt this game away here in the fourth quarter. They can just hold the basketball some if they want to. Again, it's a 17-point lead. You hold the basketball for a half minute on each possession. There's not really anything that you're going to be able to do if you are Pinconning. It's 40-25 heading into this fourth quarter here. Got a basket from Eric Elias. Pass goes down low to Gary Zucker. Almost goes out of bounds, but he does a good job keeping possession. Back up top to Drake Gatrell it goes. Again, if you're the Aggies, you are committed to running the clock. Foul on the perimeter going against Dane Ivey. That'll be his third foul. 17-point lead for Beal City. 6:12 left to go in the ball game. It's Avery Small, Kyler Smith, Gary Zucker, and the Super Gatrell brothers, Drake and Grady. Ball goes into Avery Small to Zucker. Zucker bring it back towards the top of the key. Kick it over to Drake Gatrell as the Aggies continue to run clock here against Pinconning. Down low it goes to Small. Small at the rim, lays it in. Small's got 6 as he skies for another finish in the paint. 44-25. Aggies nearly up by 20 now. Ball goes in the corner, up top. Jackson Hill finally gets himself an open look. Shot no good. There's another rebound from the freshman, Grady Gatrell. Again, he is our Weber Brothers Sawmill Timber of the game. Zaid Batchelder, baller of the game. Got to probably be Mr. Kyler Smith, who had 18 points, including 10 in that second quarter, to take the Aggies from behind and put them in front. Grady Gatrell's got 11. Weber Brothers Sawmill Timber of the game. Kyler Smith has got 18. Zaid Batchelder, baller of the game, brought to you by Weefrich Financial. Here comes a steal on the inbounds pass for the Spartans. Up ahead it goes to Dubé. Dubé dribbling on the perimeter against Kyler Smith. Will hand it off to Ivy. He'll put up the 3. It's good. So maybe a little sense of life here from Pinconning. 16-point game. 5 minutes left to go. Drake Gatrell goes back to Avery Small. Small ahead to Grady Gatrell, and the Aggies beat the press. Back up top it goes to Avery Small. 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Drake Gatrell with the basketball here near side, right in front of his dad, Cam Gatrell, in the Beal City bench. Miscommunication there between Avery Small and Kyler Smith as they throw the ball away. Right now it's the old Lloyd Christmas if you are Pinconning. The old, you're telling me? You telling me there's a chance? Sean Donahue with the basketball, looks to go between the legs, but Avery Small there to make it difficult. Shot, no good from Ivy. He gets his own rebound and puts it back in. No quit from Dane Ivy. He's now got 14. It's a 14-point game. Grady Gatrell gets the ball in the middle of the press, brings it into the front court, showing his versatility. He can play on the post. He can play on the perimeter, wherever you need him to. Gary Zucker gets it in the corner. He'll look to drive the baseline. Swing it all the way back up top to Drake Gatrell. Now Drake Gatrell with the basketball. Grady Gatrell now with it. Maybe a missed foul call out there, but you're all right if you're Beal because you're able to maintain possession. Pass to Kyler Smith towards the top of the key, or towards the half-court line, I should say. It's another turnover as they want to go from Smith to Small. But again, if you're Beal City, you continue to run this much clock on each possession, you're going to be in good shape. Timeout on the floor. We will keep, actually it's a full timeout. Tell you what, we'll take this as well. Back with more Aggie Hoops right after this. They lead at 44-30, nearly halfway through, well, just over halfway through the fourth quarter on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Weber Brothers Sawmill has been in the sawmill and logging business since 1950. Weber Brothers Sawmill buys standing timber and logs all over central and northern Michigan with National Hardwood Lumber Association certification. You can be assured of a professional job, from the marking and cruising of your woods through the harvest. Weber Brothers Sawmill is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes.
J&J Auto in Wademan is Mid-Michigan's elite automotive repair shop. J&J Auto offers complete collision repair and mechanical repair. Stop by on Wademan Road or call them today at 989-644-8908. J&J Auto, proud supporters of high school student athletes. Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back inside our Barberry Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. Our score, 44-30, the Aggies. They trailed 13-5 after one, led 22-18 at the half, led 40-25 at the end of the third. Now 44-30 with 3:52 left to go in the ball game. The Aggies have made a mistake or two, you could say, here in this fourth quarter offensively, but they've done a good job running at least a half minute on every possession they've had. Ivy with it. Goes to Donahue. Want to get it back down low to Kowalczyk. Be a foul on Grady Gatrell as he hounded Kowalczyk as he looked to catch the ball in the post. That'll be the third foul going against Grady Gatrell. He's got 11 in the ball game. Again, he is our Weber Brothers Sawmill Timber of the game. He has been great down low. They get it into Ivy. Tries to finish without hitting the floor, and he can't do it. Drake Gatrell gets the basketball. Here comes more pressure from Pinconning. Up ahead to Grady Gatrell. Goes to Kyler Smith. Smith up fakes. Gets the lay-in to go. 20 here in the regional final for the junior all-sports superstar Kyler Smith. 46-30. Aggies in front. Ivy tries to force his way to the rim. Nice up fake. He turns, spins, gets it to go. Where was that in the second and third quarter from Mr. Dane Ivy? Ball goes into Small. Small gets it back to Zucker. Now to Gatrell. Gatrell barking out some signals, telling people where they need to be to break this press. They get it in the middle. We've got a foul. It's going to go against Beal City on the screen, they say. Waiting to see exactly who they called that one on. Maybe it was just a turnover there. I guess it goes back to Pinconning nonetheless. And as you often hear me say, best view in the house brought to you by Woods Household Appliance. It is those officials. Ivy forces his way into lane. But there's Grady Gatrell with some great defense. Also comes up with a rebound. And then he'll draw the foul as well. Grady Gatrell, the freshman, our Weber Brothers Sawmill Timber of the game. He's got 11 points. He's got well over 11 boards. He's done a great job, no matter whether he's been guarding Kowalczyk or Ivy in this one. Aggies get the ball in the middle to Grady Gatrell. Now to Kyler Smith as they break the pressure. 2:40 left to go in the ball game. The Aggies running the clock out here against Pinconning with a 14-point lead. Grady Gatrell in the middle, down low, wide open for the lane is Kyler Smith. He's got 22, and that is how you draw up, breaking the pressure right there. Excellent by head coach Cam Gatrell. 2:20 left in the fourth quarter. 48-32. The Aggies in control. Donahue with some fancy dribbling on the perimeter, but that just takes more time off the clock. Shot no good. Another rebound for Grady Gatrell. He gets it to Drake Gatrell. Drake Gatrell up ahead to Kyler Smith. Smith in the corner to Avery Small. Small will drive the lane. To Grady Gatrell it goes. He won't take the shot. He'll continue to run the clock. Avery Small double team. Kicks it to Kyler Smith. Smith in a lane to Grady Gatrell it goes. He'll kick it back out to Avery Small as the Aggies continue to run clock. Looking to win their first regional championship since 2013, and it will be the first ever Class C boys basketball regional championship for the Aggies. They hang on for this final $1:45. They play Boyne City next week with a 7 p.m. tip-off in the state quarterfinal. Zucker, cross-court pass to Grady Gatrell. You're in do-or-die mode now. If you're Pinconning, you got to start to foul and hope the Aggies are going to miss some free throws. Avery Small skies to keep the ball in the front court for Beal City. An athletic move there for the junior. No fouls so far here from Pinconning. They're just trying to chase the ball around. Then there finally is a foul on the perimeter. It will be Ivy fouling Drake Gatrell. That's the fourth foul on Ivy. If you're Pinconning, you got any chance of coming back in this game, Ivy's the guy that he can't be the guy committing the fouls out here. $1:25 left to go in our game. Aggies have owned this game since the first quarter. They trail 13-5 after one. They now lead at 48-32. Smith into the lane, all the way to the hoop. Lefty layup, no good. Rebound goes into the hands of Pickett. Into the front court, Dubé looking to finish. He'll lose the basketball and he'll send it back to Beal City. 1:09 left in the fourth quarter. The Aggies looking to run some clock and win their first regional championship since 2013 and the first ever Class C boys regional championship for the Beal City Aggie boys basketball program and head coach Cam Gatrell. Well, four corners right now with Grady Gatrell in the middle. Got a foul on the perimeter. Donahue will foul Drake Gatrell. and the senior will head to the free throw line. Looking to close the deal. Brought to you by our friends Bryce Updegraff, Joe Wentworth, Pregame Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates. Drake Gatrell's got 2 points on the night. The senior point guard is closing in on 1,000 points, but I tell you what, he's done a really good job of just pushing that all to the side. And I remember talking with his dad, and said to him at one point, Dad, I don't care. I just want to win. And boy, have they done a lot of winning this year. The Aggie boys are 23-2. This next win will put them at 24-2. We'll have to double check Chad Fletcher, the AD, maybe even ask Aaron Bukovich going back to the day, but I'm pretty sure this is the most ever amount of wins for the East. Only played 20 back in the day. It's 22 a game now this year. That free throw is also good for Gatrell. He's got 4 on the night. And the Aggies are up by 18 with under a minute remaining. Celebration time here for Beal City. Down low goes to Pickett. His shot no good. Big man down low, Big Country. His shot no good. Ball will go out of bounds. Last touch by the Aggies. 43.4 seconds left to go. The Aggies looking to wrap up a regional championship for the first time since 2013. And their first ever, I'll keep saying it, Class C boys basketball regional championship. Pickett to DeBay. DeBay gets it down low to Jackson Hill. He looks to finish. It's going to be a block by Gatrell. But it will be 2 free throws coming as there was a foul on the shot before the block. Jackson Hill heading to the free throw line. 4 points on the night for a senior. 50-32 the score. And Menominee in control in the third quarter, up 49-35. So very similar to Beal. They got to hang on to win it. But it looks like Menominee is going to be making that trip down below the bridge to Boyne City next week to take on our Beal City Aggies in the state quarterfinals. Again, I'm 97% sure that game is next Tuesday. The girls will stick to the Monday, Wednesday, Friday, if I remember correctly. But again, we'll have all that information up on our Facebook page later this evening when we know 100% for sure that it will be Menominee, Beal City in the state quarterfinals. If Beal City wins that game, it could be a regional final match, a regional final rematch from football season. It could be Harbor Beach, Beal City at the Breslin Center in the state semifinals. Woo! That would be a lot of fun. Avery Small at the free throw line. First one rattles out for the junior who's got 6 points on the night. What he does defensively is just unreal. Avery Small and Grady Peratt, when I think of on-ball defense, they are the best 2 that I have seen. We now got some seniors checking out of the game for the Pinconning Spartans as Drake Gatrell and Gary Zucker have a little hug at the half-court line as well. 32 seconds left to go. 50-34, the Aggies in front. Small with one more free throw as Pinconning subs everybody in and out. Big shout out to those seniors from Pinconning playing in their last game, getting some love from Coach Jason Donahue. Jordan Weber coming into the game, coming out. Drake Gatrell getting a hug from his pops. Colton Love also checking into the game, coming out. Senior Gary Zucker. 2 senior starters coming out, getting some handshakes, getting some hugs from the entire team. 50-34 the score. We've got 32 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. It's a Bird All-American Grill post-game show coming up after our break. It will be pretty brief, and then we will head down onto the floor after the Aggies get their regional championship trophy to see if we can catch up with them. Second free throw is good for Small to give him 7 on the night. Pinconning will bring it into the front court, and with the substitutions coming up, definitely going to be some guys that still want to score here. As I say that, Donahue across the half-court line, he's just going to dribble it out. You got to be kidding me. 51-34. That will be our final. Your Beal City Aggies, regional champions for the first time since the 2012-13 season. Back with your Bird All-American Grill postgame show right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. 51-34, the Aggies a winner in the regional final over Pinconning.
Hello, I'm Mike Stanton, and I'm honored to represent the Marilyn Chapman Memorial Fund, created to honor Marilyn's legacy of generosity, compassion, and commitment to our community. At its core, our mission is simple: to support our youth, remove barriers, and create opportunities for kids to grow, compete, and succeed, both in their community and in the game of life. We are incredibly excited to support the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. They do an outstanding job highlighting student athletes, local schools, and the power of teamwork, shining a light on the hard work and dedication that is often overlooked. This partnership allows us to celebrate not just wins on the field, but character and leadership along the way. At the end of the day, it's about investing in our youth, strengthening our communities, and carrying forward Maryland's spirit of giving. To learn more about the Maryland Chapman Memorial Fund and the events we support, find us on Facebook by searching Maryland Chapman Memorial Fund. Go Blue Jays.
Value is not just a price. When you buy something for your home, it's an investment. Knowing that you're getting a great deal and service after the sale is priceless. At Woods Household, we only carry quality products for your home at competitive prices. Furniture that is attractive and durable. Comfortable mattresses that last for years. Flooring that stands up to wear and tear. These are all products that last by trusted name brands like FlexSteel, Serta, Whirlpool, and many more. So shop the Woods way.
Mumford Oil and Gas Supply is your one-stop shop for top quality products and procurement in the Michigan oil and gas industry. With over 45 years of experience and a strong commitment to customer satisfaction, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply delivers the best solutions for your oil and gas production, drilling, and service needs. If you need it, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply can get it. Visit them on Fancher today or give them a call at 989.
Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. As I said, a brief Bird All-American Grill post-game show as I want to go down and celebrate with the team. And so if you're watching on YouTube, head over to Facebook. If you don't have Facebook, get it and just follow the Mid-Michigan Sports Network is what I keep telling some people, as right now everybody is being introduced to get those regional championships. But I want to go down, see if I can make it down there before they actually go live giving them the trophy. But we will be back tomorrow night for girls district final action. The Sacred Heart Academy girls taking on Breckenridge and Vesterberg will be there for all the action. And then next week, the Beal City Aggies in the state quarterfinals, most likely versus Menominee. We will be there. Chris Bachman, Adam Gursky, Joe Marciando, thanks for joining me in the pregame. Signing off. Stay on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, we'll have a new live starting soon with our Burt All-American Grill postgame show.